Welcome back to the Brentford save, guys. We round out the European group stage today and we found out whether we will or will not be advancing to the knockout stages of the Europa League. It's a very important game against Atletico Madrid. We start, however, with Leicester, a side who should be higher than 13th, certainly in the Premier League, but at present they find themselves floundering, having lost half of their games so far this season. We thankfully are winning more than we're doing anything else, although the wins is very close to the losses, but we're having a good season, and with the tactical change we made recently, as we highlighted yesterday again, certainly some improved performances, but it's a busy month and we were already quite tired as a squad, basically from the City game onwards. So we are going to struggle, I think, to maintain the run of form that we've had, but with Manchester United on the horizon and Atletico Madrid today, it's not going to be even remotely close to be easy today. You can see that I'm definitely going to have to make some rotation action in the starting lineup just to deal basically with everything that's been going on recently. Weaver is going to go up top here for Tony, which isn't necessarily a change that I'm desperate to make because Weaver hasn't really fulfilled the promise so far, but no time like the present. Right, that will be just the only... I'll try words, shall I? They will be the only changes that we make for now. You can see Leicester's lineup on the left-hand side, so I'll jump straight in. Actually playing Marco Brighton at right wing-back. Iago Aspas, new signing there at striker, alongside Kelechi Iheanacho. Zubeldia at centre-back, Daniel Amate and Benkovic Iversen in goal. Thank you very much for all of your support on this save recently. Do drop this video a like if you enjoy as well, of course, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any further content. For now, it's time to head to the King Power, and then West Ham, Atletico Madrid and Manchester United follow. Ooh. De Silva out wide quickly to Mbeumo. That is a strong challenge from James Justin, and Mbeumo's decided he wants it back. But James Justin refuses to give it to him. Yuri Tielemans across the Dewsbury Hall in the middle for them here. Janelt is going to try and do the defensive dirty work today if he can. James Justin now involved in the attacking third. And dangerous as Riconsa can't quite get it off him. Christopher Ayer gets a block on the resultant shot from James Maddison. Yuri Tielemans lifting that over, and he's onside here, James Justin. And into the middle it comes. Kelechi's got the positioning on the defender. He was always favourite for that. As soon as he got a goal side of Rico Henry and in front of him, that was always going to be 1-0 Leicester. We trail early doors. 17th minute. We were scoring a lot of early goals yesterday, but we've conceded early here. You can see just out-muscled Rico Henry and then was always favourite to win the header. To be fair, he could have been behind him and always been favourite to win the header. It's not Rico Henry's strong suit, his aerial game. And unfortunately, it's cost us a goal there. Iago Aspas to Kelechi. You're waiting for the ball over the top. There it is. James Justin's been a great outlet for them so far, getting the assist and still heavily involved in all of their attacking play. Jensen now going to have to try and close down the marauding wing-back. Easier said than done. James Justin got a bee in his bonnet, and he certainly wants to have more part to play in a Leicester win here. Everybody getting involved. I think that hit Jensen's arm, did it? Indeed it did. It's a free kick for Leicester, and they'll be able to put the ball into the box again, and perhaps in a more dangerous way. Tielemans whips it, and Kelechi on the volley first time. Straight, thankfully, into Raya's hands. We've offered nothing going forward so far. Oh, but I could have turned Wiss around the corner there if that had just reached him. Oh, so close to maybe sneaking an equaliser before half-time. Probably undeserved, you would have thought. Oh, to Silva get to that. He's done well. Was he fouled there? Ref, no, apparently not. Ooh, I've just not clicked offensively, even though in the intro I was like, oh, we've really clicked of late. Today, though, we're not. Inside to Josh De Silva. I need anything going forward in this second half. We have offered nothing. Absolutely naff all in that first half. 2-0 to Brighton away from home against Villa is a fairly sizable result. De Silva. Oh, Elliot Weaver, now's your time, my friend. He hasn't really offered the performances that we hoped he would to this point in his career. But he's a young player that we're putting some faith in, rejecting some loan bids for so he can get first-team football in part here at his parent club. And, well, starting perhaps to begin his proper Premier League journey. His first goal of the season, our real first effort of the game as a whole. And on the hour mark, we are level at the King Power Stadium. It was good movement as well from he and Josh Da Silva. Maybe the second half could be a little bit brighter than the first. Put Leicester on the back foot, see what their defence can cope with pressure-wise, because they had nothing to do in the first 45. Maybe they'll crack under that pressure. Tielemans with a free kick. They've taken Kelechi off now for Ep6. I'm not sure who that is, to be honest. Daniel Amate. Oh, just it's not him running rings around me. It's me running rings around him, but it's in a negative way. Iago Aspas. Back to Yuri Tielemans. Do not let him shoot from distance. I nearly fouled him there, to be fair. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Finds James Maddison. This is dangerous. David Raya is so good at those close range one-on-one saves. Really one of his specialities as a goalkeeper. He can't believe his defence has just fallen apart like that. And I have to apologise to him. That was Wilfred Ndidi, I think, coming on for them as Dewsbury Hall now goes off. Indeed it was. Ah, that's going to be dangerous. Janelt gets there. Oh, and Weaver just hacks that away before the Leicester City man could potentially poke it home for a second for them. I'd probably take a point now if you offered it to me, being back on the back foot, having drawn level at 1-1. But we know we have a late goal in us at times. So we might be able to hang on and then maybe sneak 3 points at the end. But it certainly looks like Leicester are the more likely to score the next goal in this game, judging from what's happened since we scored ours. Down to Maddison. It's a lovely knockdown. Iago Aspas, he's left-footed and very dangerous in front of goal. And whilst David Raya might be good at one-on-ones, those near-post shots do have a frequency of sneaking between him from a very tight angle. It's a lovely flick on by Ep6. The ball through, and from that angle, I mean, it's a lash-home shot from Iago Aspas, his 10th of the Premier League season. And it's probably going to be enough to see us off here. We really had to grind to find that first equaliser, and I'm not sure we'll find a second. Jensen central to Canos, who's come off the bench at Cam for Josh Da Silva. Janelt looking to get into that space. James Justin has positioned himself awfully with regards being a left wing back, and now Weaver could make them pay for that. Jensen. It's brilliantly blocked. I had so many bodies, so many shirts and so many bodies forward there. I didn't know which one to try and go to, so I thought I'd just take a shot on. Unfortunately, it's been blocked. Here's James Maddison. Finds Patson Daka. Do not let him get sprinting, because I won't catch him. Yuri Tielemans in behind. It's a lovely ball. It's a good block by Pontus Jansson, but with time really running out on us now, I'm pretty resigned to defeat here. Unless the referee adds quite a bit of time on. 3 minutes, that is enough. And they have the man down the line here to look for. And please be onside, Brian Mbermo. He is onside, Brian Mbermo. Oh, he couldn't have missed by less. When that left his foot, I thought it was on its way to the bottom corner, but it just bent away. We have had the chance to equalise, but we haven't been able to take it. It will be defeat to Leicester City. Oh, we could have taken a point from that. West Ham next. West Ham with Areola in goal still. Gorosabel at right back. Diop, Inigo Martinez and Masuaku. Declan Rice and Souček still. Bowen, Benrahma and Fornals with Kolo Muani up top. Muani was really good against us last time we played West Ham. And of course, Said Benrahma is a former Brentford player. So coming back home, so to speak, for Said Benrahma. Although it's not his home anymore. I don't know what sort of reception he'd get from Brentford fans. I don't know how they felt about his departure to West Ham. It was a step up at the time. Obviously now in the Premier League with West Ham. Brentford. Let me know, Brentford fans. How did you feel about Said Benrahma when he left? Obviously, he was one of your best players. Were you happy to see, well, not happy to see him leave, but you know what I mean? Like, did you understand his desire to play at a higher level and kind of understand why he left when he did to go where he did? Or is there a bit of discontent in the fan base as to the fact that he didn't help you get to the Premier League? He just left to get there himself rather than actually drive the team onwards to get there, which they have now done without him. I don't know what the reception would be like for Saeed Benrahma back at the Brentford Community Stadium this year, should he play. But should he score here today, he certainly won't be well received. Away, please. Thank you, Esri Concert. Lovely header, and it's fallen straight to Mbermo as well. Again, having to rotate some of the players because of the nature of the fixture list. So, some fringe players getting more football here. Damsgaard should certainly accelerate away there from Declan Rice. Can we win that header? No, it's cleared away. We're back close to full strength, but Erla Søndergaard is into the lineup, and Robert Sko is in at right back. Other than that, we are full strength for the challenge of West Ham. Billing into Erla Søndergaard. To Billing again. We'll get it out wide to Mikkel. He's had the defender all over the place in this game so far. Tony just trying to hold on to it. Work about. He's offside there, isn't he? Just to Silva. I'll shoot and we'll put it in the back of the net, but it won't count. He's off.
That will do it. They've been pushing for it, and now they've been rewarded.
I think I need a replay there. I could have sworn he was like a good 3 or 4 yards offside. Who played him on? The defender on the far side, the right back, plays him on. I mean, he's done excellently to turn and then get it in the back of the net. But I genuinely thought that we just were going to have that chalked off. I was waiting for the whistle. I thought, I'll play to the whistle. Look, the right back on the far side drops because of the run of Rico Henry. Because I was paying attention to the centre-backs. And if I pause it there, I mean, I hadn't seen the guy right at the very top of the screen. And I thought, he's miles offside. The ball gets played through and he does excellently to turn and finish. But it counts. We lead against West Ham. Again, a goal comes from either Ivan Toney or Josh Da Silva. We're not getting anything from anyone else. But at the minute, we don't need anything from anyone else. Oh, let's go, boys. We lead at home. It's nicely done by Masuaku. Through to Saeed Benrahma. Driven. And he's got ahead of the defender, Jared Bowen. Again, Rico Henry falling foul to the same sort of movement from Jared Bowen as Kelechi put on him in the game against Leicester. Kelechi obviously better in the air than Jared Bowen, evidently, as Bowen put it into the stands. Kelechi buried it, or was from further out at least. Right, 1-0 up at half-time. The win would be huge for us, considering we lost to Leicester. And West Ham are right behind us in the league as well. Let's see it through if we can. And build on the lead as well if we can. Damsgaard forward to Rico Henry as Chelsea take the lead against Everton. We're trying to extend our lead here against West Ham. Søndergaard through the gap to Da Silva. He's on his left foot. I could try and shoot. Or we could work an excellent move. Oh, Ivan Toney's destroyed the goalkeeper. He can complain as much as he wants to his defenders, Alphonse Areola, but he's been absolutely done there. Beautiful move. Erla Søndergaard with the assist. Lovely little through ball. I'll be honest, the first pass inside was meant for Ivan Toney, but we've worked it well. Sorry, Keeps, but you will not want to see that again. Sat down. Scoop! Messi-esque little loft over the keeper. Love that. Ivan Toney scoring goals the Messi way. Rice. Oh, that's loose. Really bad from West Ham. Rico Henry. Oh, it's really bad from him. Liverpool have scored a second at Anfield. Gerard Moreno grabbing a goal to double their advantage. Arles already has doubled in this second half, but it could be halved if West Ham find themselves a goal here. Pablo Fornals into the box. Just trying to avoid dangling a leg, and Masuaku's offside. Cheers, pal. Inigo Martinez off for them, and Winston Reid coming on. It's the second defensive change they've made in this game. They also brought on Kufal at right back not too long ago as well. When you're 2-0 down in the game, I'm not really sure it's defenders that you need to be changing, to be honest, Mr. Moyes. 7 minutes to go. They haven't caused us as many problems as they might have liked going forward. And, oh, Kufal's done me there, though. And they might be scoring now. No, David Raya wants to keep that clean sheet. 2-0 was the scoreline of choice yesterday. We didn't... We nearly lost by 2-0 against Leicester, but we might well be replicating it here. Konderia has come on for Kolo Muani. Declan Rice has put that into orbit and has basically played a long pass to the away fans rather than anyone playing for the away team. And with 3 minutes to go, that's going to be game done and dusted for us. I can quite literally just... He says, as that pass that was meant for Ola Søndergaard nearly went straight to side Benrahma. We could just pass the ball about and see the game through from here. 3 points for us. It might move us back into the top half of the table and away from a couple of those behind us. Alternatively, we might just stay where we are, depending on other results. We might even get a second goal here. Or sorry, a third goal. Areola punches clear, and that'll be game. So, domestically, still going well enough. Bit of a wobble with the Leicester game, but we've bounced back with a solid victory against West Ham and, crucially, a clean sheet as well. West Ham had the chances in the game to do something in front of goal. They just weren't able to get it done. Atletico Madrid next is a game we'll play, and then it will be the sim against Manchester United. Strom has agreed to go to FC20 on a short-term loan. That will go through in January, and he'll come back at the end of this season. We will sim training with the rotated side, and hopefully, for the first time in a little while, everybody will be fully fit for the next game. It's on Thursday against Atleti. Potential international management positions on the horizon for Uruguay and New Zealand. Can't say as I'm really that arsed about managing either. And yes, everybody but Philip Billing is at 100% stamina. And at the moment, this is the one that takes priority over the game against Manchester United at the weekend. So we will play our full strength side here against Atleti and hope for a win. Unlikely. A point should be enough to see us through, though, on the head-to-head against Dinamo Kiev. Stepping off the plane from Spain comes Jan Oblak, Jose Maria Jimenez and Perez at centre-back, Lodi and Arias. 5 in midfield with Kondogbia holding, Fabian and Saul in the middle, Carrasco on the left and Otavio on the right. New signing with Luis Suarez up top at striker. I didn't glance to see their bench actually, so I'm not sure what options they have to bring into the game if things aren't going their way. We know that a win guarantees us second place. A point almost certainly guarantees us second place. Defeat, and everything hangs in the balance, and it depends what happens between Servette and Dinamo Kiev. But with Servette having lost every game so far in the group stage, it's probably safe to say that Dinamo Kiev are going to win their game, so we need to at least avoid defeat here against Atleti. But if the rest of their gameplay is as good as that challenge was from Lodi, then we might have our work cut out here. Inside to Kondogbia. I guess Fabian's a new signing for Atleti as well, isn't he? Previously of Napoli. Luis Suarez is as deadly as ever on his left-hand side. There wasn't too much shot power behind it, but that floated into the far corner. Fabian playing him through. Somehow rise the challenge of Philip Billing, and Suarez just pure accuracy over shot power. Excellent finish. And in a game we need to avoid defeat in, we're losing. Roslu into Mbermo. Ivan Toney. Oh, nice turn, actually. Really nice turn. Shame about the pass. Forward to Luis Suarez. A little bit isolated from open play, Luis Suarez. At least in every move so far that hasn't been the one that they scored from. He's been a little bit isolated, but Fabian and Saul do get forward as best they can. That's a terrible pass from Mbermo. Absolutely woeful. Jeffrey Kondogbia tends to stay back, and it is more of a 4-1-4-1 than a kind of 4-3-3 or a flat 5 in midfield. Kondogbia definitely more inclined to stay back and ensure that he stops any counter-attacks, but he's pushed a little bit further forward here, and, well, a counter-attack there may be. Mikhail Damsgaard played in. We'll look for Toney, but we balls that up, and as you just saw top right, Servette 0, Dinamo Kiev 2. As it stands in the 42nd minute, we are out of the Europa League at the group stage of the tournament. We will need to equalise here if we can, but I'm going to have to do it legally rather than illegally, like that challenge from Philip Billing. Let's ball inside to Fabian from out wide, looking for the winger again, but Carrasco wins it back instead. Did hit Ayer's arm. It popped up off his thigh. I was waiting to see what happened before I said anything, but the referee spotted it, and he's pointed to the spot. You could see leg and arm went up to try and get in control of that. He may even hit the arm first for it, then hit the leg to come back up and hit the arm again. It's not the first time Christophe Royer has given away a penalty in recent times. Oh, but it certainly isn't the first time David Raya has saved a penalty in recent times either. That was destined right for the top corner. How Raya has gotten to that, I've no idea. But he is becoming a penalty-saving expert. That's, I think, 3 penalties saved in a row. Certainly 2, as he's saved that one, and he saved one against Burnley yesterday. And I'm pretty sure it's at least 3 penalties saved in a row now for David Raya. Wow. I don't think I've ever had a goalkeeper be as good in between the sticks from the spot in a save previously. 2-0 would see us done and dusted. We wouldn't score twice here against Atleti. We could still score once and get that draw that we so desperately need, because Servette aren't going to do us any favours. Here's Saul now in the box. Could pull it back, trying to force him into going the wrong way. Billing just gets caught on it, and Saul does make it 2-0. And that might be the goal that knocks us out of the Europa League. Lift that over to Mikael Damsgaard. Really are up against it now, needing 2. Tony could still keep hold of that, and he's done well. Billing through there to Jensen, and then looking for Ivan Tony if we can get it through to him. It's a poor pass, and Santiago Arias will come across and intercept. Saul quickly into Luis Suarez there. The opportunity opened up again for him. He's got a man inside. He's got multiple men inside. Fabian. He's got goal side of me, and Raya makes the save. Unfortunately, that penalty save really isn't going to mean much come the end of the game. Otavio will take the corner. They've made a change. Rodrigo de Paul is on for Jeffrey Kondogbia. A new signing in real life that we made in this save, or in the database prior to starting this save. Here's Otavio again. Here's Rodrigo de Paul. Out to Otavio. Keeps it in. Committed there, and I shouldn't have. And now I really am in trouble. No, we've won it back. Christophe Royer. Right, come on. I need 2 goals, and I need them now. Billing with the switch. Wasn't meant from Burma, it was meant to Röslu. But we find Röslu, so now we'll try and work it. Come on, I was on the counter-attack. Through there looking for Mbermo. Renan Lodi's so quick, though. And even if you do get it past the defensive line, there's then Jan Bloody Oblak in the way. Röslu with a throw. They've taken Fabian off now. Here's Josh Da Silva. Just trying to work some space, which he's done well. Jose Maria Jimenez gets the block in. I think I've given up on this. We're going to lose, and we're going out of the Europa League. I fear, unfortunately, our prayers haven't been answered. So it's his goal that's going to kill us off here in the end. Rodrigo de Paul, tackled by Billing. Counter is on. It would be real last gasp dramatic stuff if we save our Europa League status in the final 10 minutes here at home. Unfortunately, like we said before, you get past the defensive line, and then there's one of the world's top 3 goalkeepers in the way. Yannick Ferreira Carrasco as Dinamo Kiev make it 4-0 against Servette. They will progress. It's so frustrating, but it's going to be the results against Atleti that see us go out, unfortunately. The key difference, Dinamo Kiev were able to get a point in one of their 2 games against Atletico Madrid. We are going to fall to defeat in both of them. Made some changes, but I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever. They brought Joao Felix, on off the bench now as we've made our changes, and that's going to be time ticking out. And also ticking out is our European escapades for this season. There's always next year, we hope, depending on where we finish in the league, or depending on what happens in the FA Cup when that comes around. But with our potential league finish not really looking like we're going to get ourselves into a European spot, I may put quite a bit of impetus on the Premier League, on the FA Cup in January once we get there, and we'll try and go for a cup win if we can to try and get ourselves through to Europe again. We only lucked it this year anyway, to be completely honest, as 8 minutes go by of the 2 added on, and that is us out, unfortunately. There's still more to come, though, today. We've got that game against Manchester United in just 3 days' time, but I didn't deserve it. We weren't good enough against Atleti, and the difference was the games against Atletico Madrid. We won and lost to Dinamo Kiev. Ourselves and Kiev both beat Servette twice, and we lost to Atleti twice. Kiev lost once and drew the other. And that was the difference. That 1 point. We get £4 million for that. Our European escapades, but that's not much, is it? We are currently actually in Well, we were in 7th. We're now not in 7th. We've got bigger games coming up, Pontus. We don't have bigger games coming up, but there's certainly more games that you're more likely to be playing in coming up. Manchester United away from home to end us then. We are going to have to make a couple of changes just to make sure we're all right. We'll put Sko in at right back. He'll be fine there to fill that gap. And that's all we'll do, actually, for this game. So United with De Gea in goal. Telles, Lindelof, Twanzebe and Diogo Dalot. Sancho, Rashford, McTominay and Fred. McFred in the midfield. Bruno sat behind Cavani still. Expecting a defeat. And getting a defeat. Rashford with the late goal after Bruno Fernandes gave them a 1-0 lead in the 24th minute. Ups and downs today. Ups and downs. But you'd have said Leicester probably should have beaten us. We should have beaten West Ham. And Atleti and Manchester United certainly should have beaten us. So still 2-0 was the scoreline of choice. It just so happened that on more occasions this time we were conceding 2 than we were scoring 2. Tomorrow we will round out the calendar year before heading into that January transfer window where there's a lot to come. There'll be an FA Cup game drawn in there as well, presumably on the 1st. And then we've got plenty of other football to come throughout the month as we also look to improve the squad in that month. Don't blame yourself, Pontus. Don't blame yourself. Sturm will go out on loan to FC20 when we hit January the 1st. But for now, on December the 13th, that will be all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys, as ever. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more moving forward. And hopefully, I'll see you back here tomorrow as we push ourselves towards the transfer window before then actually doing some business. I'll see you next time.